Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Replicant Fish. Few of you sent me this video.
Toxic femininity on the internet. It's everywhere, isn't it? Men have seen too much.
Everywhere.
Now, I must say,
it's pretty much what I feature mostly on this channel.
Because of the amount of man shaming on the internet there is, has that changed men's view of women and their dating? It has. It has. Because
it's taught men very well.
In the same way a lot of male content on the internet has kind of triggered a lot of women, if you will, it's the same way the other way around, isn't it?
Hey ladies, can we please talk about the double standards that we perpetuate? Never in my goddamn life did I think I'm gonna get on this app and defend men.
Wow.
But also, we need to talk about it.
Men don't need defending, especially from, women, obviously. However, influence is powerful, isn't it? It's like a lot of men...
Yes, I 100% agree with Replic's saying. We don't need them to defend us, but they have more influence than us, right? Women have influenced other women much greater degree than we can influence them. So if we have more women on our side, it helps influence the other way.
Can't even talk too loudly, but a lot of women can just get on here and roast the absolute F out of men. The absolute F out of men. Men are seeing and learning though, aren't they? I hope you're focused and on your square.
Men. You know when you get like a really weird Instagram comment or a really weird DM, or you're walking down the street and an ugly man fucks you, or cat calls you, God forbid. Sit with that uncomfortability for a second, and then consider why you feel so comfortable saying weird shit in men's comments. You see a glorious looking man. You see a very fine specimen of a gentleman. And your first instinct is to say, ugh, a tear just rolled down my leg.
Look at that. I'm just sexualizing men. Obviously attractive men, obviously. And that's a key point a lot of men make. If he's a good looking man, obviously a lot of things slide. She'll let a lot of things go. She'll accept a lot of things. A lot of D. Seriously. But if she thinks he looks like a goblin, a troll, some sort of mangled AF demon of a man, yeah, obviously she'll treat him according. She'll treat him like a mangled looking demon of a man.
And an ugly man fucks you.
The only thing dripping down her leg is number 2 because she's probably scared he's going to talk to her.
My ride is here. Slow and raw and passionate. Excuse me. You do not know that man. You don't know these people. And I can guarantee, God forbid, a man say any of those things to us. Oh my God, I'm being harassed. Like, what gave you the bravery to say that to somebody you don't know? Because that's gross. Just because he's a man does not mean that he wants to hear that. Does not.
A lot of men don't get compliments, so some men may take it as a compliment. However, it is still just sexualizing men, isn't it? Yeah. It is just, still abusing a man who's just there, Man could be in the forest chopping some wood, he probably hasn't got a shirt on. Okay. Could be in the kitchen cooking some food. Again, he probably hasn't got a shirt on. Okay. I don't know, whatever he's doing as a man, on a farm or something as a man, moving cows with his bare hands as a man, and he probably hasn't got a shirt on, and he's got nothing but a female audience. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Bunch of thirsty, feral women lusting over some dude on the internet. Yeah, just doing some regular...
That's definitely not my channel.
...thing without his top on. I'm exaggerating. Obviously, he's pandering to women. That's why he's making the video that he's making it. However, it's like, look at that. It's a double standard, isn't it? Women can do it, but men can't. When men do it, it's perverse. Yeah? Men get on the internet every day and see women twerking. Against their will. Against their will. I've seen women twerking every single day for years now, and I haven't been...
there's been women just do it in real life. They think I've gone to parties and events where women just, while I'm like dancing or whatever, I went to Cambodia New Year, like last month. And Cambodians have this very, docile dance thing that we kind of like lined up together and kind of do like a conga line, but we're dancing. No, there's some younger woman comes up to me and just starts twerking, and I'm just like, this is not the dance we're doing, lady. We're in the Salavan dance, not this twerky dance. Thank God when I go to Cambodian events that the twerking isn't that big of a thing. It is still a thing though, which is sad to me, but at least everybody's still trying to dance the proper dances.
Looking for it. I don't need to look for it. It's just there on the internet. You don't have to look for it. Comment if you've ever had to look for it. You don't need to, do you? Just go on the internet. There's some chick twerking somewhere. And as a man, if you comment, wow, lovely cheeks. Look at that. I'd probably hit that. Yams. And for the more freakier men, look at that lunch. Yum. You get the point. We're getting too far into it, but you get the point. Yeah? It is a double standard. Everyone's freaky nowadays. It isn't just men who are freaky. Women are freaky as well. However, the freakiness is only accepted from women, in women, Yeah. If the man's attractive enough. If he's a goblin, it's like, nah, that's abuse if he's a goblin, isn't it?
Hear that does not mean that he wants to see that. Quite frankly, I think anybody would get a little bit uncomfortable at strangers saying stuff like that. And I feel like, well, because it's men, they must like it.
Wow.
Nobody likes to be treated like an object. Just saying.
Wow.
So stop that. You should be very...
Comment if
I think women do enjoy being treated as an object sometimes.
as a man, you've ever been treated as an object by women or a woman. Yeah? Did it make you feel good? Yeah, she treated you like a whore, like you were the whore.
They must like it.
You know? She paid you to leave. Whoa, whoa. Yeah? And you had to cry in the shower or your car, both. Hey, comment as a man. Because one thing I have noticed nowadays, the toxic femininity in women is not just on the internet. They're doing it in real life as well, aren't they? Oh yeah, body count and everything. But a lot of women are running through men nowadays relentlessly because they can. And they don't care.
uncomfortable by what you're saying. I don't know how you don't get icked out by yourself. That's gross and that's weird. Stop.
People don't have the options they think they have in dating. People think that people liking their stuff on social media, sliding into their DMs, matches on dating apps are the same as options. They're not.
And that's a key point right there. Let's talk about that right there. Since we're talking about online, internet stuff. Yeah, the attention from the internet, the sense of approval, validation from the internet. And the amount a lot of women get from the internet by itself. But then how that transfers into the real world. The inflated ego. Like, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. Yeah. But how many women have become very toxic nowadays simply because of what they're seeing on the internet? They're being influenced by all these toxic, women on the internet who teach women to use men. Yeah. Oh, there's always going to be another man to use.
I mean, that sprinkle lady is still decently large.
This guy loves you or likes you. It doesn't matter. You need to get a guy with money. Yeah. F love. Get that money as a woman. The point I'm making is, yes, we understand. A lot of women are influenced by the internet. Influenced by these women on the internet. Telling women this is how you got to do it. This is how you got to manipulate men and get the most out of men. Be it the women who teach women about getting a golden retriever man, a provider man, a nerdy type of man, the rich high value man, or just the man that won't cheat on her and bang all of her friends. Whatever it is, there are so many characters, aren't there? And a lot of those characters fuel these women's heads up to believe they have all these options. But what women don't understand is men see it. We see all these women on the internet talking, waffling, cussing men out like a bunch of dirty dogs. Really? Come on. And yes, men are learning as well. Men are understanding like, okay, fine. If this is what women are being taught, this is how, as men, we have to move and maneuver. Oh, you expect me to be a simp? Oh, so you can get my money, get my resources. But no. Let's play this weird game called modern dating.
This is why there's a male loneliness epidemic. This is why there's so many girls that are just brushing off every guy that likes them because they think they've got endless amounts of options. They haven't. No one's got the amount of options they think they've got. That's why we're all running around single. That's why the birth rate has dropped massively, and that's why no one's getting married anymore.
I mean, it's not just that. Women just don't want to have kids. That's a big chunk of why there's not a lot of kids, is women don't want kids. And they can't have kids anymore because they chased after their careers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. But they want more babies, don't they? They want more babies. Yeah, some of you need to start making more babies. I ain't talking for myself. No, I'm good. Some of you need to make more babies. Don't. I'm joking. Don't make babies recklessly. We don't need to create more random human beings who were forced to be here. Yeah.
Because everybody's got this bullshit delusion that they've got endless amounts of options because of social media. You haven't. Say you've got 100 likes, 100 matches. How many of them could you actually be in a relationship? Probably fucking zero. And people are leaving people that they could have had a relationship with, that they built the foundation with, and then just fucked off because they thought, do you know what? I can get better than this. The grass is greener. And it's fucking not.
Yeah, and a lot of men have seen that, haven't they? Yeah? They've met a lovely woman. They thought, hey, this could possibly be something. And then what happens? Oh, she drops him for another dude. Yeah, probably a reckless dude. A chaotic dude. She's used to the chaos. That's why. And then that dude is just cast back to the pile. Thrown back into the ocean. Just another fish swimming again, isn't he? Well, then that dude F's up and she comes back and she's like, oh, I miss you. And it's like, no, block. Ghost.
What? I can get better than this. The grass is greener. And it's fucking not.
Men absolutely hate women that are nice to them. The moment that you actually start showing genuine niceness, nurturing, kindness, loving behavior to a man, he is going to pull back. And the reason being is because men do not like themselves, and men know that they are not good people. Men know that they are not nice
Damn, just straight up broad stroke, we know that we're bad people. Gotcha.
people. This is why, as a woman, you should never, ever build a man up.
Damn, wow. Admittedly, if I had feelings, they'd be hurt. Seriously, seriously, wow.
Ever build a man up.
Now we get her point. It's not fully true across the board, but we understand it, don't we? People who don't love themselves are very destructive, aren't they? Very chaotic. So from her point of view, perspective, and probably experience, yeah, she's been nice to a man or men that have just played her, haven't they? Lovely woman, probably reminiscing and teaching women, yeah, don't be nice to these men. Yeah, because I was once nice to these men and they ruined me as a woman. They ruined me.
Ever build a man up.
I mean, it happens. It happens. The sad reality nowadays is if you have too much feelings and emotions in modern dating, you can be ruined and destroyed, can't you? Interesting. But to say men hate nice women, come on.
Ever.
As men, you want a woman to be nice to you. Sadly, a lot of men have experienced women being horrible to them. So a woman being nice to you is something that you do want, don't you? But the point she's missing is a lot of women who are overly nice to men or certain men or that particular man, yeah, she becomes a simp herself for that man or a pick-me, whatever. She loses her damn mind, goes absolutely crazy, jumps out the window. And for some dudes who aren't great, yeah, they think, well, woman, I ain't even great. I managed to get you. I didn't even try, but I got you anyway. And you're jumping out the window for me. I barely remember your name. I have to look at your number in my phone to remember what your name is. But my God, you're decorating an entire place for my birthday. I don't even know when your birthday is, woman. It's like, for some men in that position, they just see a woman simping for him and he doesn't have to do much. I don't have to do much. I got her easily and I don't even have to do much to keep her.
Ever.
Okay.
The moment you build a man up is when he starts building resentment towards you because you did not allow him to be a man. He also builds up that resentment towards the woman that built him up and was nice to him because he knows that inherently he does not have the values, the morality, and the qualities that would deem him to be a nice person. This is why, as little girls, we are...
Hey, I tell you guys not to be nice people. I tell you to be good men. But you don't have to do nice things.
Conditioned to take men being mean to us as them liking us. We've been trained to take their disrespect and mistreatment as them liking us. We have been taught that this is normal. Men know good and well that this is not normal. They know that it is not acceptable behavior. So
when did we ever tell you that this is acceptable behavior? You obviously accept it because the Chad Rones of the world are going to do what Chad Rones of the world do.
And they act like this, and you are nice to them, you help them, you build them up. They are thinking to themselves, I'm an asshole. I'm mean. I'm selfish. I'm not a good person. Why in the is she helping me?
Wow. Okay, all right. We get her point. And what she's saying makes perfect sense. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, what you're saying makes sense. We get it. Okay, yeah. All right, we get it. However.
Why in the is she helping me?
By her making the assumption that that's all men and that's all men's strategy, she's putting out a toxic view to women, isn't she?
Yep.
That, oh, women shouldn't be nice to men. Yeah? Oh, don't treat men nicely. They don't like nice women.
Ever.
They like bitches, don't they? Like a right bitch of a woman. Really? Again, that book comes up again, doesn't it? That flipping book. Men do not love bitches. A lot of women just are. And men just like...
It's a weird book.
Women, so... Okay, whatever. It is what it is. All right? You may not like tires. Cars come with tires.
Like, I only think the reason it sells and it's being read is because there's bitches that want men to like them. So then they search for this book to confirm that men will still like them even though they're bitches. That's a weird point to use, but we get the point. Cars are an easy example for me to go to. We get the point. Cars and women. But to think all men are out there with this strategy and tactic, it's like, no. So as a woman, she's putting the vibe out there that, oh, be careful. Don't treat a man nice. When if the scenario ever came up where a man were genuine with a woman, he actually cared about her and were nice to her, and she was a monster to him, that woman could ruin that man. Genuine man. A good man, genuine man, ruined, because some random chick somewhere, some random broad somewhere, heard this lovely woman's advice, and it became toxic to her. Yeah, infected her body, like the T virus or whatever, and then she couldn't help but see men in this, this hue, this shade, this sort of cast. Yeah, I'm not gonna be nice to you as a man. Oh yeah, you're treating me well. You're actually doing all the things as a woman I asked you to do, that I want men to do, but no.
I'm going to hold back my niceness. I'm not going to cook or clean for you. F that. I'm just going to be as a woman and be nasty. No. See, the reality is, her advice could make a woman destroy an absolutely lovely man. Yeah, decent man. Yeah. Ruin him. Turn him into an F-boy.
I mean, how many times has it done it? I'm sure this advice has already ruined a few relationships already.
Put him on his villain arc. You know, I'm just saying.
Why is she trying to build me up? What is wrong with her? What does she want from me? Because men don't even help other men.
What?
I want you to tell me the last time that you remember a man building up another man. The last time a man was asking for another man so that he could go live with him and stay with him.
Look, I get your point. You're going too far with it, though. A lot of women like dusty men. Yeah, dusty men they're used to dusty men. Dusty men are, the common sort of man for a lot of women. So they date dusty men. All men aren't dusty men, though. So you have to address the fact a lot of women like to date dusty men.
Why in the is she helping me?
Yeah, that's not all men again. So you can't have women out here thinking all men are dusty, broke, bummy men that just want to use women for their goodness or supposed goodness.
No, that's never going to happen because men know how other men operate. They would never build another man up.
I constantly try to build other men up. Like, building other men up solidifies where you are in life, in my opinion. You may not be a millionaire, billionaire yourself, but imagine if you created and helped men to become millionaires and billionaires. They give you a level of respect that you can't earn anywhere else because you helped build some of these people. Are some of these people ungrateful? Sure, there's ungrateful people out there, but a good chunk of people do understand the people that did come and help them grow, help them become what they are. There's quite a few people that have that sense of attitude.
Men, of course.
Yeah, a dusty man that's not doing anything with his life and that's going to drag you down. That's something a lot of men understand. A lot of women don't. A lot of women love a bummy, dusty dude. Again, a lot of women, not all of them. A lot of them do love a bummy, dusty dude. She can control him, can't she? But a lot of men don't support that dude because he will drag him down, especially if he's a man on his square trying to, build himself up by himself. He's going to drag you down.
Are always going to accept your help because it's going to make their life way, way, way easier. But they're not going to respect you after you do it because they're always going to look at you as being a fool for building up a terrible person, which they are.
I mean, in return, a lot of men do build up a lot of terrible women, don't they? I mean, there are a lot of decent men who build women up, don't they? And a lot of those women end up divorcing him. Yeah, or just leaving him and taking everything or half. So it works both ways, doesn't it?
Question for the men. What goes on in your head when you like a girl? Like, spill the tea in the comments because I'm curious.
Well, I mean, sadly, in modern times, it's danger, isn't it? It's a feeling of danger. Like, oh my God, I actually like this chick. Oh my God, damn. I'm in dangerous territory. I shouldn't be here. Yeah? Now that's exaggerating a bit, or is it? A lot of people nowadays feel like it's sort of pranking yourself. I don't know if pranking is the right word. You're sort of being too vulnerable nowadays.
I mean, you're fooling yourself, pranking yourself. You're about right.
Aren't you? By liking someone too much. And it's not because there's anything wrong with liking someone, but it's a trauma of modern dating, isn't it? Too many people have experienced what it's like to like someone too much, both men and women, yeah? And how you get played and used and manipulated. You get put on the internet, you're some random video or a story, you're someone's story time. Oh, here's my story time. How my ex-boyfriend broke my heart. And there's like 10 episodes, some random chick on TikTok making some random TikTok about how some dude broke her heart. And he probably didn't, she's probably exaggerating, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, does it? The point I'm making amongst my waffle is, a lot of men could explain all day long what they think when they actually like a woman. But because of modern experiences, a lot of men have realized, let me be cautious and careful with my feelings. A lot of men would never admit they try to protect their heart, yeah? Because it's kind of soft as a man.
I mean, you should. It's a fragile thing.
To admit you got a fragile heart, it's been broken a few times, whatever. So yeah, to like, of course, dangerous. Oh, indeed, not everything indeed. Is she going to treat you good or add you to her rotation, treat you like a side dude, use you, rob you, and then ghost you? So it's not a question of what men think. It's sort of a question of, well, okay, but is it going to be good for you? Oh, you like her, but she turns into a sim.
Spill the tea in the comments because I'm curious.
Of course, we understand it's advice. However, how some people view it and how it comes across will always be seen as toxic. Yeah?
No, it's thanks to the internet and social media, men understand women's nature a lot better, right? Before, women didn't put it out on display like this. And because how it is put out on display, women are overtly gold diggers, overtly users and abusers. Like, they are not even hiding any of these things nowadays. It's thanks to the internet. Now men just get to see it for what it is behind closed doors. Please like and subscribe, comment below. I really appreciate that. And